Well, I've been fine. It was a breakup song, and it was one of those songs that just comes out without even needing to think about it, really, just because I don't know, I was in such an emotional state at that moment, and I know so many people that have written songs in that place, from that place, and it's just like that. They're really raw and go straight to the point, and it just happens super easily. I've had it for a few years. I kind of just, when I wrote it, I made a demo with a beat that I made in Geist and in Logic, and just recorded the guitar. And I didn't have a microphone with me at the time, so I recorded a really shitty vocal just from the computer mic. So there's a lot of noise in the demo, and now whenever I hear it, it just like really takes me back to that moment, just because there's so much atmosphere there. Yeah, and then I ended up taking that to Dan Carey just to produce it and see if I liked working with him. And you know, I had kind of had an intention of making an album, but I didn't have anything really set in stone yet. So, and then the same thing happened when I was working with him. It just kind of all fell into place. And he added some more beats and this, the Swarmatron, this incredible synth that he has. Happened really fast, I think. And then a year later, went back to the studio and added a few more bits and bobs, and then it was pretty much done. Why can't you be next to me? The music video, well, I made it with a friend of mine in Los Angeles, and wanted it to be sort of, I just watched Mean Streets, and there's this bar scene in there. Well, there's this bar they frequent. It's got this red lighting, and there's this scene where Harvey has his birthday, and he's getting really drunk, and the camera's just on him, and he's walking through, and all these people are talking to him, and he's interacting with them. It's just such a cool scene. And so I wanted to that just inspired me to make something that looked or felt something like that. And I think that was the first time I've ever directed, and I co-directed, sort of directed and produced and acted in something, and it was really hard. It was really hard to be running around and like saying, oh yeah, that was awesome over here, like whatever the extras were doing, and then go back and then try to push a tear out of my eye. That was a little bit difficult. I think I'm becoming more and more of a control freak, actually. I love collaborating, but I'm just so curious lately to see what I can do personally more and more, you know. I love the DP that we got for that film. He's really good with that kind of the red tones, the dark rooms and things like that. But at the same time, I'd never worked with him before, and now he's gonna have his name on this project, and so now he has his needs and his ideas, and it has to be up to his standards too. And then I have a hard time with people I don't know, especially just when you get to those moments where you don't necessarily agree. Like, how do you say you don't agree, you know? And especially when you're rushing around and doing a bunch of stuff. So now I'm just like, I want to figure out how to do everything on my own. I want to figure out how to. I started messing around with my dad's a camera that he has, and I mean, it's like a Nikon digital camera that does video as well. And you know, you don't need an Alexa, which is like this big fancy camera, to make good films. You just need a good eye, and you need some experience with lighting and experiment, you know, just taking time to experiment. So that's where I'm at right now.